Hello and welcome to this video dedicated to the demonstrative. So we'll be looking at the demonstrative adjectives and the demonstrative pronouns. So let's look at the form. Here, it's quite peculiar, this writing. It's called a phonetic transcription. So these are the forms and these are their transcription. So as to know or remember how to pronounce these words correctly. Because their spelling is quite straightforward, but when it comes to actually pronouncing them correctly, we see a lot of mistakes in the classroom. So please try and remember the transcription. If you haven't had enough practice, I'm going to explain why it's written like this to you in a minute. So let's look at the form. So whether we're dealing with the demonstrative adjective or the demonstrative pronoun, we're dealing with the same form. So it's quite easy. So the singular form, a determiner or adjective or pronoun, singular, would be this. This we use when we're referring to something that is near. Near in distance or near in time. Listen to this. We're referring to something that is near. This is the singular form. This is the phonetic transcription, so the, short vowel, S. The plural, however, is very different. So let's look at the pronoun or adjective we use to refer to something that is near when it's a plural group. These. These are my pens. These are my pens. Okay, so I would be holding several pens. These are my pens. These, you can see, we have a long vowel. So here, the symbol for that. And we have a Z sound, no longer a S like in the singular. Be careful there. This, nice and short, with a S sound. Repeat, this. And the plural, a longer vowel, a longer phoneme, followed by a Z sound. This, these. Very different, okay? Now let's look at what pronoun or adjective we would be using when referring to something that is far. Far in distance or far in time. That, a nice short a. That. And the plural, we would have what we call a diphthong or diphthong. So it has two pronunciations. I don't have any particular preference, so let's go for diphthong today. So here, what does a diphthong mean? It means that we need to combine two vowels for one syllable. So we have to pronounce this like this. So basically we have a vowel here. This is a syllable. And to pronounce that vowel, we need two vowels, a combination of two vowels. So it's not O, it's O. O, okay? Those. So lots of variety here. How to pronounce those vowels? We have a short one, this, a long vowel, these, another short one, that, and a double, or a diphthong, those. Okay, that's it. That's all you need to know as far as the form and pronunciation are concerned. Now let's look at a bit of practice, a few examples. Now my whiteboard is quite big, but I couldn't quite fit all the examples here, so I've just put the singular form of both pronouns or adjectives. So let's have a look at this. First of all, the singular, when we are referring to something that is near. This book is interesting. I'm showing you a book. This book is interesting. So here, this is followed by a noun. So it is not a pronoun, it's a demonstrative adjective. Okay? This, however, works alone. This is mine. I'm showing you something. You know what I'm referring to. I'm using a pronoun. This is mine. This is mine, for example. Okay? This is mine. Let's try and transform these examples into the plural form together. So we would change a few things in the sentence. These books are interesting. Let's repeat. These books are interesting. And as a pronoun, these are mine. These are mine. Okay? Now let's look at the other demonstrative adjectives and pronouns when we are referring to something that is far, in distance or in time. That car is in the way. So we're pointing at something that is further away. That car over there. That car is in the way. That is the demonstrative. Which one is it? This one, the first one, adjective. Okay? And this is the pronoun as it works alone. That is correct. Let's transform these two examples into the plural form together. Let's do it orally. So we would transform that into those and also alter some of the other words in the sentence. Those cars are in the way. Those cars are in the way. Okay, let's repeat. Those cars are in the way. So I add an S, an inflection here to show that it is the plural. I change my verb, my verbal form here, my auxiliary or my verb to be, which is actually not working as an auxiliary here. It's full form, it works alone. So are in the way. Those cars are in the way. And the same thing goes here, but for the pronoun, those are correct. Those are correct. Okay, so plenty of examples there. We've got lots more practice coming with the activities. Let's do a little summary now. So we can use these forms, this, these, that, those, either as demonstrative adjectives or demonstrative pronouns. When referring to something that is near, or things that are near, something that is far, or things that are far. Okay? A few hints for the classroom. Don't forget to go over your phonetic chart, your phonemic chart, so as to become more familiar with these transcriptions. Don't forget to go over your other pronouns and determiners, such as subject, object, personal pronouns, and so on. Here, we use these to indicate or to refer to something that is near or far, in distance or time. But we also use this, that, these, those in set phrases, in idioms. Okay? A few examples of that would be, yes, that's it. That is it. So we're saying, we're having a conversation and someone says something that is relevant or important, we say, yes, that's it. You might have heard that already. We also say things when we want to conclude something or say that we agree or something is finished. We sometimes say, so that's that, or that's it then. So that's that, that's it then. We also say when we've had a conversation which was about various subjects but nothing really important, we can say we talked about this and that. We talked about this and that. Okay? So many idioms, many set phrases for you to use with these words. We also, today, in most of the examples, we've used things. So we're referring to things. This book, this is mine, that car. But we can also use these pronouns and adjectives when referring to an identified person. So for example, we're waiting for someone and, oh, is that her? And we just spot the person in the far. So we'd say, is that her? But we could also introduce someone and say, oh, this is my friend. This is my friend Caroline. This is my friend, or is that her? Those are common ways of using this, that, these, those when referring to people, identified people. Okay, I think that's about it for today. Thank you.